Now, this is the time where I usually grab a can and I start packing. And I'm telling you, this is probably going to be the weirdest segment the weirdest video I've ever filmed, just because of what I've done the past 15 years on YouTube. Now, if anybody knows anything about me, they call me the guy to dip. They call me the Sultan of Snooze, the Lord of the Lippers, the Chancellor of Chew. It goes on and on and on and on. I've done so many videos on dip. Oh, by the way, I just realized this when we uploaded the last episode, but the episode 1 of the Backwoods broadcast was the 1,000th video on this YouTube channel, which is crazy. I thought that was like, wow, that's like almost the universe saying like, hey man, let's keep it going. 1,000 vids, let's keep it rolling. I had way more than 1,000 videos, excuse me. Oh, I cussed. I just cussed. I've had way more than that, spread out through all my other channels, but even on this channel, I just had to delete so many, or YouTube's removed them over the years. So anyways, thought that was cool. Continuing what I was saying, everybody's kind of known me, at least on this channel, as the dip guy. And I'm here to announce something, probably the biggest thing I've ever announced before, but I want you to hear me out before you start judging or before you start making accusations in your head. I almost said acquisitions, but we're not talking about business today, son. This is hard to say, but 3 weeks ago to the day as we're filming here, I quit dipping completely, cold turkey, 3 weeks ago now. Now, a lot of people already, they're going to be like, he's going to turn this into some type of commercial for his dip because it's tobacco and nicotine free. No, I'm not. And the reason why I'm not is because I have only used my product a couple times since. When I say cold turkey, I mean legit cold turkey. I quit dipping. Now, you might be asking, why did you quit dipping, Outlaw? Was it for health reasons? Was it for this? No. You guys know I've made a tits ton of videos on this channel and me explaining and interviewing doctors, etc., that smokeless tobacco can save your life if you're a cigarette smoker or if you're a vapor or something like that. Strictly because of how many carcinogens and chemicals are in it compared to one cigarette. We've done a bunch of videos on that before, so you guys can go and check those out. So it wasn't, I guess anytime you quit anything, you're just like, well, I just want to be healthier, whatever. Yeah, I get it. I always want to be healthier. I've been eating very clean as of recent. I've been trying to, I cut soda out. I don't drink soda at all anymore. All I do, actually, I guess I did drink soda. I'm going to be drinking soda in this video, but I don't, like on a regular basis, I don't do it, and I did do it last week, and that was the first time I've had it in months. And that was a freaking Mountain Dew. 77 grams of sugar in a bottle of Mountain Dew. I didn't even know that existed. That's absolutely nutso, dude. But let's keep going, because I've got a lot to say about this. So there was a point in my life, now I'm 31 years old, I think, 31 years old, almost 32. I'm going to be 32 this next month. Obviously, I made YouTube videos for 15 years. I've done a lot of different things from music and from YouTube and building different businesses apart from this and all that stuff. I did a lot of different things in that 15 years. A lot when I was young. I started dipping and I started doing YouTube pretty much the same time when I was 16 years old. So quitting dip after 15 years, almost 16 years, completely cold turkey, when I had been dipping if you think about it, I pretty much dipped every hour, besides when I was sleeping, of every day for those 15, 16 years. And I completely quit cold turkey, and I'll get more into how I quit in a minute. But it wasn't the health. I've been starting to think about my life a little bit more. I've got kids now. I'm married. I got a wife, and stuff like that. It wasn't for health reasons. Like, oh, I feel like I'm going to get kids, or I feel like, we've already talked about all that shit before on this channel. If you don't, I'm not going to explain all that stuff now. So if you want to go back and watch that, go ahead. The videos are there. YouTube hasn't taken them down yet. But I've never played video games. I don't watch cartoons. I don't watch bullshit reality show TVs. I don't really watch movies. If I'm going to watch something or listen to something, it's going to be something that I'm learning. I've always been that way. I just want to learn. I just want to learn something new. I don't want to, I don't want my head to be consumed with just a bunch of BS. You know what I'm saying? If you guys see a dog running around, by the way, we got dogs, baby. And if they keep going back here, we're going to turn them into a hot dog for lunch. Okay? You heard that, dude? So anyways, let me get down to the point. I keep going around this whole thing. But motivation was key. The word motivation. Now, I was highly motivated. You could say more highly motivated than a lot of people on this earth. And that's why I got so much done within that 15 years, especially in my younger years. You know what I mean? Like, I'm talking, guys, I wake up between 4 and 5 a.m. every single morning. I work out every single day. I give myself usually a day break. I eat clean. I work my dick off, y'all. Like, I'm talking, I push myself. If it has suffering in it and I need to suffer to get there, I have no problem doing it. I've been like that for a long time. And so when my motivation started to dwindle the past 2 years, it started scaring me a little bit. I was like, man, am I just like comfortable? Because you know how when somebody says, like, you start waking up in silk sheets, your motivation's gone. Your will to live is almost not your will to live, but your will to work is gone. And maybe that was happening to me. Not that I have silk sheets or anything, but the metaphors there. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe that's what was happening to me. Maybe I'm too comfortable right now to continue working towards goals. And even if you say, like, dude, I've accomplished more than I ever thought I would accomplish, right? But to get better every single day, which everyone should, you need motivation. And my motivation was gone, y'all, like legit. Now, motivation, now I'm not a scientist, I'm not a doctor, but I listen to a lot of podcasts, I read a lot, and I was reading a few books on biology, and I was listening to some podcasts on it, and I'm like, you know what? A lot of this stems from dopamine. And I talked about dopamine in the last video I don't want to be the YouTuber that's constantly giving you guys quick dopamine hits, because I think our dopamine inside of our body is the chemical, the thing that gives us pleasure, right? And so anyways, as I understand it, we have a pool of dopamine inside of our head, okay? We have a pool of dopamine. Every time I'm giving myself pleasure, whether that be a dip, and mind you, before I quit, let me just give you guys what I was doing. So I was dipping. Ever since we came out with Outlaw Wintergreen, I've been dipping Outlaw Wintergreen nonstop, 100%. I haven't dipped any tobacco since tobacco dip. Outlaw Wintergreen was my daily. That's what I was doing, and I was dipping Outlaw Wintergreen with the nicotine. And then every other time, like we're talking like every hour, I would. Instead of dipping the Outlaw Wintergreen, I would throw in a Swedish snus. So snus. I was doing Odin's, Siberia, and we're talking 20 to 50 milligrams of nicotine per pouch, okay? And I was doing one of those like every hour. So I'm talking the amount of nicotine that was in my system daily was more than some people could handle in like an entire month. I mean, if someone who's never dipped before or had nicotine in their system at all, and they did just what I did in 1 hour, it could kill them. It's literally a nicotine overdose. If you look at the milligrams that you're supposed to have, what I was doing every hour was a nicotine overdose for a normal person. So, crazy. Now, I've talked about before that nicotine's not, obviously nicotine does have side effects. It raises your heart rate and all that other stuff. But nobody ever talks about the motivation, the killing of your motivation from nicotine or anything that gives you pleasure that you're constantly hitting like a vape pen. So dip, right? I was doing the snooze, I was doing the dip, the nicotine. Anything, food can give you that. Porn, anything that makes you, that releases dopamine is lowering the dopamine in your pool and then doesn't give you that motivation anymore. Now, I want motivation over anything because without motivation, you ain't going anywhere. You're going to be stagnant. You're going to be stuck. I've been around so many people that have been that way for a long time, and they come to me, people very close to me, that see what I'm doing, and they come, oh yeah, I'm going to start doing that soon. I'm going to start going to the gym. Yeah, I'm going to start. And they're still fat, and they're still broke. We're talking, they've been saying the same shit for 15 years, and nothing's ever changed. You know why? Because they're stagnant. They're still. They might be happy. They might be. Some people are good with the quick dopamine hits. Some people are good and fine with where they're at in life. You know what I mean? I'm just not that guy. So I'm not telling everybody to do what I do. I'm just saying I'm not that guy. I constantly need motivation, okay? So it's been 3 weeks since I quit. And I was driving, if you guys remember the last episode, I was driving down to Texas to go pick up the C10. Now, I didn't know if I wanted to discuss this or not, but that's when I did it. I was driving down and I had my last snooze. I honestly forgot. And it's kind of happened by accident, to be honest. I packed everything up. I needed a lot of stuff because I was hunting with Mullet Man and I was doing a bunch of stuff. So I just kind of forgot about the dip. Sometimes like you forget different things. And I had one snooze pouch left. I put it in and I was like, well, I'm going to have to, I was just thinking to myself, I'm going to have to get dip at a gas station or something like that. Like I completely forgot. I had some Outlaw, cans of Outlaw, but I think I had like 2 maybe. So I was thinking of like another way to like get a bunch of nicotine into my system. And I'm like, what am I doing? I'm like, this probably has to do with it. I knew it. Like I listened to podcasts that told me this. I read books that told me this. Like nicotine can do this to you. If you lost your motivation, nicotine, cigarettes, dip, vaping. Now, mind you, all of these are nicotine delivery systems, but like I said before, it's not just nicotine. It could be porn. It could be food. It could be anything. All of them are releasing dopamine if it makes you feel good. You know what I'm saying? What I want to make me feel good is the success that I achieve by my motivation. And I wasn't getting that for 2 years because of how much freaking nicotine was going through my system. Might sound crazy to a lot of people, might sound stupid, and some people, you're not a doctor, you're freaking retarded, dude. Listen, I'm just telling you, 3 weeks ago I did that, and it takes, what I've been hearing and reading is, it takes a good couple months for your dopamine pool to fill back up. But I'll tell you this, the past couple days, dude, the first, it was rough, okay? Now, I always told anybody, they were like, well, could you ever quit dipping? My wife asked me that one time. She's like, could you ever quit? And my wife never, ever asked me to quit. She never told me. She thought it was, she's like, you look hot with a dip in, to be honest. Like, she didn't give a shit. She would clean out my freaking mud jug. She didn't give a crap, okay? I didn't even tell her I quit until I got back. And I was like, hey, guess what? I haven't dipped in 6 days. And she was like, what? Because the entire time we've known each other, I've dipped every single day. So I don't remember exactly what I was talking about, but when I had my last pouch and I said, you know what, screw it, I'm going to quit cold turkey. I'm going to do it. It was hard, okay? Especially after you eat. Brolock can attest to this. We just ate like 2 hours ago, and I was like, man, dude, even though it's been 3 weeks, like I still want that dip, like so bad. So what I've been doing can't think of the word right now, but what I've been doing instead of doing dips is I've been just like, when I'm like craving that nicotine, I just drop and make myself do 100 push-ups. I'm trying to just take my mind, or I'm doing pull-ups in the house, or I'm doing burpees or something. I'm just like trying to do something that makes me a little bit healthier than the dip would be, right? When I'm doing that, it's just like I'm just like, holy shit, like I'm in such good shape. I'm feeling great. Like it's starting to get better every single day. But the past like 3 or 4 days have been like game changers. I start to see my motivation come back. I'm starting to feel things that I haven't felt in years. Just think of it like this. Let's say I haven't had a dip in 72 hours or something. Let's say I got my tonsils taken out and I just couldn't dip, or I had dentist work or something like that. And I'm motivated to get my ass off the couch and start getting some work done, make some money. You know what I mean? But then instead of doing that, I'm like, well, I'll do that tomorrow. I'm going to throw in a freaking 50 milligrams of snooze or something like that. That's just got me back like, whoa, dude, it's like a psychedelic drug or something like that, dude. I'm feeling freaking good, man. If I'm feeling freaking good sitting right here, then why do I need to go work hard and do something that's not going to make me feel good? If that makes any sense to you, then you get where I'm coming from. Because that's how I was for years. So quitting cold turkey helped. I didn't go to another vice right away. Now, mind you, you guys saw me dip in the last episode and all that kind of stuff. Obviously, our product is tobacco-free, nicotine-free. Outlaw dip is what I'm talking about. And so I didn't even do that. So you could do that too. I'm not saying you got to buy Outlaw dip like everybody thought I was going to say, oh, you got to buy Outlaw dip to quit dip. No, I quit cold turkey. Literally, the founder of it, right? But every once in a while, like we're going to do here, we're going to have a little dip break. I like to have a dip because of the mouth sensation, the feeling. That's why I liked it in the first place. That's why I like wintergreen so much. It gives you that burn. You know what I mean? Like I like the feel. But I can do without the nicotine because the nicotine, for me, was killing my motivation. And now, 3 weeks later, and I'll keep you guys updated. Some people say, oh, you're not going to last. Dude, there's people who literally will comment on videos like this guy's going to die. This guy is so addicted. He could never quit. Like I remember when I made videos a long time ago when I quit dip for like a week. I tried it for like a week and it was super hard. It was even harder then because my mind wasn't even in the right place. But like people, I remember them commenting like, this dude's a freaking, this guy, there's no way he could quit. There's no way he could do this for that long. There's no way he could stick with it. They think they know me through the camera or something like that. Well, look at me now. And I'm telling you guys right now, it was freaking hard. And it still is hard to this day. Like when I quit, I was down in Texas with Mullet Man and he's throwing in dips. I'm looking at him like, some dick, dude. I want one right now. Like, I want it. I want it every time I'm done eating because you got to think, I did it for 15, 16 years. So how long is it going to take until I just forget about it? I don't know. But it's been pretty difficult so far, but I'm getting through it. And what's really helping the past couple days is I can feel my motivation coming back. I can feel it, and it feels good. Some people have never felt that. If you've never felt that feeling of being so motivated, just think about the vices in your life that you might have that are giving you those quick dopamine hits, okay? Is it food? Is it something simple like soda? Guys, the amount of shit that's in soda that just spikes your dopamine levels, the sugar, the whatever, dude, I can't even pronounce all the crap on the back. Maybe that's the stuff that's killing your motivation. Just think about it. You have to sacrifice things sometimes. And I'm not trying to be a motivational speaker or anything like that. I'm just saying it's impacted my life like crazy the past 3 weeks since I've been doing this. And it's opened my eyes where I'm just like, man, what else can I do what else can I do? What else can I quit that's been keeping me down so that I can get to where I want to be? Because I know everybody out there is always, you always have this like, this is what I want to do someday. Oh yeah, this is what I want to do. It's always someday. It's always like, oh, well, maybe I'll start it tomorrow. And then it becomes the next day, and it's the next day, and the next day. And dude, when I had my daughter and she's already a year and a half old, I'm like, holy crap, man, I gotta go. I gotta do this now. What am I doing with my life when I started saying that I was gonna do this before she was born, and now she's a year and a half old? Like, it puts it in perspective. So some of you guys might be feeling that same thing. And there's probably a lot of you guys right now that are like, well, man, I miss the old Outlaw. Fuck this guy. Unsubscribe. Okay, 4-year-old, go ahead. I'm 31 years old, making my life better, and I created this show to give entertainment to people that want to take their mind off of the real world, but also I want people to take their life to the next level as well. I want to help you be able to do that. So I'm sorry if you're mad. Get out, dude. We don't want you, mother trucker. I feel good about it. And I know it's probably like crazy. Like, holy crap, the Outlaw Dipper has quit dip? Yeah, I know. It's crazy. I'm still dipping our product. I love it. I love the flavorings. I'm still dipping it every day. We don't have nicotine, whatever. If you guys want nicotine, like I said before, just email us. I can't get into the frickin' logistics. Just frickin' email us, dude. This is all legal BS that I can't talk about I'm so sick of the comments like, oh, well, I'm going to start again when you start. Dude, I'm done with it. If you are that stupid that you can't, I miss when you made tobacco. Why even say it when it's not even legal to do? I know the name's Outlaw, but I don't want to go to federal prison, okay? Do you know how many calls I've been on with the ATF and the FDA? Personally. Warning letters. Cease and desist letters. Like threats for me to literally go to federal prison because of what I'm doing right now. So stop the BS comments. I can't talk about everything that I want to talk about. If you want nicotine, email us. That's it. If you see somebody that is so stupid in the comments that is still commenting about this BS, please inform them. Thank you. I know I just talked about a lot, but the motivation is coming back. I want to keep you guys updated on how it's going. But dude, it's I don't want to say it's life-changing yet, but it with the dump that I was in the past 2 years that I didn't really notice I was in, but I kind of like every time I would try to do something, it's like the motivation just fell off. And then like 5 months later, I was like, man, I said I was going to do this and I just didn't. Why am I doing it? I'm going to do it tomorrow. And then it's like, well, I don't really care about it anymore. Why? I was never like that before. If I wanted to do something, I wouldn't stop until it was done. I would become obsessive. I've made speeches before on this. I've been on podcasts and I've talked about you need to be obsessive if you are going to be successful. I did it for 15 years. I was obsessive every single day. I got it done. It made me a millionaire, and then it made me a multimillionaire. That stuff doesn't even matter. It got me married. It got me to have children. Those are the real things that make me feel successful. You know what I mean? I want people to feel that as well. That's why I wanted to share this message. Some people are probably like, man, it's really stupid for you to say that you quit dip when you own a dip company, blah, blah, blah. I'm being real with y'all. So I hope that helps. I hope you guys appreciate that I'm being real with you. If you don't want to dip our shit anymore because I quit dip, that's fine. Go ahead. But at the end of the day, some people can't do shit cold turkey. Maybe you're overweight and you've been dipping nicotine for longer than I have, or you've been smoking cigarettes or whatever, and maybe the sensation of our dip will help. Or maybe you want to get off just the tobacco and you email us about the nicotine, whatever. You can do that as well. Our dip has an important place there for a lot of people. If you're a 14-year-old and you've been dipping Copenhagen and you want the same exact thing, that's fine. Go right ahead, dude. But we're Outlaw Dip's helping a lot of people, and I hope my message right now is helping a lot of people. But, dude, I honestly can't even believe I'm giving this speech right now saying that I quit dip. I can't even believe it myself, to be honest. I just did it off a whim. I was like, let's see if I can do it. I didn't think I could. It's been 3 weeks now. I'm excited to stick on this journey, and I'll update you guys more in the future if you're interested.
Science over. Click on one of these pictures